Welcome to the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where tonight it's an Atlantic Hockey America showdown between RIT and the Air Force Academy. The Falcons come to town for the first conference games of the season after halting a 3-game winless streak to start the season last Saturday night. While RIT is also coming off its first victory of the season, thanks in part to number 12, Simon Isabel. The senior forward scored a goal and added 2 assists in the Tigers' Brick City victory over Clarkson last weekend. Good evening and welcome to RIT Hockey Pregame Live here on the RIT Sports Network. Well, the big question coming into the season was who would replace the Tigers' top scorers from a year ago. After producing just 1 goal in their first 2 games, there was cause for concern. But last Saturday night, RIT put those worries to rest as they finally flipped the switch against Clarkson. RIT President Bill Sanders and his wife Emily dropping the ceremonial puck prior to the homecoming game at Blue Cross Arena. First period, Clarkson outshot the Tigers 13-5. Here, the wraparound attempt denied by Jakub Kurbacek. Tigers fortunate the game was still scoreless after 1. In the second, 1-0 Clarkson. RIT finally answers. Philip Jock forces the turnover. Austin Brimmer to Jock, no, but Brimmer on the rebound. Yes, his first goal is a Tiger to tie us at 1. Tigers woke up big time in the second. RIT's top line got going. Christian Catalano tries the wraparound, but Simon Isabel is there on the doorstep to beat Keenan Rancier. 2-1 RIT. Just under 11 minutes to go. Clarkson with the puck behind the net, and Remy Jelena to a wide open Luke Pakalak. And just like that, we were knotted at 2. Under 6 minutes to play. Tigers respond again. Crossley Stewart ripping it by Rancier. 3-2 RIT back in front. Under 2 minutes to go. RIT, a different team in the second period. A different team than we've seen all year long. Tic-tac-toe. Caleb Elfring gets his first as a Tiger, and wow, what a period by RIT. They led 4-2 after 2. In the third, they closed it out. Watch the beautiful centering feed. William Moore to a wide open Evan Conyon. Tigers get their first victory of the season in front of a sellout crowd downtown by a final of 6-2. Afterwards, our Kim Coffey caught up with Simon Isabel.
Of your career, how were you able to find that spark there, especially after kind of a slow start?
I mean, I think this crowd says it all. Like, it's starting off to play well in front of these fans. They come out every single game for us, and this night is always special for us. So,
I mean, you know this game better than anybody. How were you able to motivate those first-year players tonight? I mean, they had a hell of a night too.
I mean, like I said, I don't think there is much to say tonight. Like, this crowd speaks for itself again. Like, if you're not pumped for this game, there's an issue.
What do you have to do now to keep this momentum going?
I mean, just play the same way. Like, I still think we have way more in us, but yeah, keep working hard.
Yeah, they're going to keep working hard. The victory for RIT was also the first for new head coach Matt Thomas as the Tigers improved to 8-6-4 all-time in homecoming games at the Blue Cross Arena. As we take a look, congratulations to Austin Brimmer, Caleb Elfring, Camden Bazier, Evan Conyon, and William Moore. All scored their first points of their Tiger careers last Saturday. Congratulations to all of them. Well, after the victory, head coach Matt Thomas said, winning is addictive, and if you have to, want it. As the Tigers get back to conference play tonight, we'll see if they can build on the momentum they gained last weekend. With more on the state of the Tigers and tonight's matchup with Air Force, RIT head coach Matt Thomas with our John DiTullio. John?
All right, Kevin, thanks so much. You said winning is addictive. What was the message this week? Because you want to carry that momentum into a big weekend series here against Air Force.
Yeah, we talked a lot about momentum, and momentum only works when you capitalize on it. So we have it for ourselves, but the team that comes into our building, they don't care what we did. They're looking to create their own. So it's about us establishing our game. We were a little late to get to it last Saturday, but we finished well. We got to make sure we start well.
What you saw last weekend, is this what you're envisioning? You had contributions from returning players, first-year players, and transfer players.
Yeah, I think so. We're going to have to be a team that scores by committee. I think, again, our structure and our puck support is going to allow us to play a fast offensive game. But we have to be predictable when we should be, and there's opportunity within that predictable play to be creative and come up with different things. But our biggest thing is about being connected. If we can be a connected team coming out of our end and through neutral ice, I think you've got a shot to create some plays off the rush, and we did a good job of that. I thought our play through neutral ice, we managed the puck really well.
Let's talk about tonight. You talk about predictable. You know what you're getting when you face off against Air Force.
Yeah, they're as predictable a team, and it's just a credit to the culture they have there. Obviously their coach Frank Serratori and their whole staff. They've been there for a long time, and they've done such a good job. And their team comes to play every game, and you see it when they don't come to play. They show up the next night, and they've had some really big time bounce back wins already early this season. But we're focusing on us. We're a team that needs to understand what makes us good more than what the other team's going to do. So the focus is clearly on us again tonight, but we know what we're getting in our opponent.
What are you focusing in on tonight, Matt? What do you want to see early on from your club?
I think it's critical that we have the start that we need. We've been a little bit late to the forecheck. We haven't been a team that gets to the net as much as we need to early, and we spend too much time on our own end. So we've got to end plays defensively a little quicker. We've got to create a little bit more chaos offensively when we should. But the biggest thing for us is if we can be really active with our sticks on the forecheck and turn some pucks over, I think we become a team that can get a little more offensive zone time early.
How long did you celebrate last Saturday? With the family or friends or with your players?
Yeah, I had my brother Art up last weekend along with a bunch of alums. Okay. So we went out after and only had a couple. Yeah, only a couple. We were responsible. Everybody had drive home the next day, so we kept it respectful for them. But it was great for the team. Yep. It was great for us to get that feeling. Now we want it again.
Well, all the best tonight. That is head coach Matt Thomas here with RIT. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Johnny, thank you so much. Well, Air Force got off to a turbulent start this season. The Falcons went winless in their first 3 games against Denver, Colorado College, and last Friday night's 11-2 loss to St. Thomas. Well, that didn't help either. How about last Saturday? The Falcons wrapping up their 2-game series against the Tommies. First period, we pick it up. Air Force already down 1, but they get the equalizer as Will Dawson deflects the shot from the point. It was 1-1 after 1. Second period, Falcons, they came alive as Red Morquay crashes the net and scores his first career goal. Air Force took a 2-1 lead, a big period for them as they would score 3 times in the second. Will Dawson picks up his second of the game. Air Force gets his first victory of the year last Saturday night following a 6-2 win over St. Thomas. So the Falcons pick up the split with St. Thomas, and for the first time in school history, they rebound from a 9 or more goal loss to win the next night. As we take a look, it was the Falcons' biggest offensive performance of the season, too, as Air Force had 5 different goal scorers, including Will Dawson, who scored his second and third goals of the year for Air Force. Well, he's one of the longest tenured head coaches in Atlantic Hockey America, and he's always a joy to have on the program. Now in his 29th season at the Air Force Academy, Frank Serratori's with our Gene Battaglia. Gino?
All right, thanks, Kevin. You're just mentioning 29 years. Does it feel like 29 years or just feel like yesterday for you?
You know what? There's a lot of things when you get old that seem weird. It's weird that the Polsini Center is 11 years old now. It's been here 11 years. I remember being over in Frank Ritter and like playing in a closet, and that was not a fun experience. Now it's been 11 years here. All the tournaments that we played down at Blue Cross, and maybe the biggest change, 29 years is going to be me standing on that bench and not looking across and seeing Wayne Wilson and Brian Hills, two of my all-time favorite compadres.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, since you went there, it's not just Wayne and Brian, but Riley at Army. Also, Mercyhurst is going to have a change here with Gawkin leaving a little bit. You guys this question asked all the time. We need you staying around a long time here for Atlantic Hockey.
Well, we'll see. You know what? At this age, I said people were like, "How long's your contract?" I go, "It's one day at a time right now." That's about at this point in time. But so far, so good. I still enjoy it. I'm still having fun. The games, the landscape, everything has changed tremendously. And you're right. The faces change, but the game goes on. The show must go on.
Yeah, we just got done showing the highlights of that weekend with St. Thomas. How do you like your team so far here?
Well, I really liked them on Saturday. I didn't like them so much on Friday. You said you're looking for highlights. There was plenty of St. Thomas highlights on Friday. All I got to say about that weekend is I'm glad that it wasn't a total goal series, or we would have been out of that in a quick hurry, losing 11-2 on Friday. But I've never been really, in all the years that I've coached, been a part of losing a game. I've had my butt kicked, had my head handed to me lots of times over the years.
Well, I'm glad.
But to be able to come back, I've never had a team lose like that, get their head handed to them, and come back and win the next night. So that was huge for our young group.
Yeah, last one here, Coach. It was great to have you back. We didn't have you here last year. So how do you like Rochester? Are you going to be able to have some meals out here, Coach?
It's my second, it's my second home. You're not here so much, but we've had great luck at the Blue Cross Center. We won 7 championship games there, and hey, I'll tell you what, like as far as rivalries go, like Army is our in-league rival, but Army's 1A, but RIT's 1B. We came in together and we had great teams, both of us, and battled for championships for many years. So, I love coming here. I love the energy in Rochester and at RIT here in the building, the student section. It's the way college hockey should be.
Well, this is going to be a fun weekend, Coach. Appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
My pleasure.
Frank Serratori. Kevin, we send it back to you.
All right, Gene, thank you so much. Well, after tonight, only 2 teams will have yet to have played a conference game in Atlantic Hockey America. Niagara and Robert Morris face off next Friday night. Thanks to their 2 season opening victories over RIT in the standings, Sacred Heart sits on top of the AHA with 6 points, followed by Canisius and Holy Cross Air Force, and the defending champion Bentley Falcons play their first AHA games tonight. RIT currently last in 10th right now, the 10-team league, but that can change quickly with a strong showing here this weekend. It is very early in this season. Well, still to come on this jam-packed edition of Pregame Live. The RIT women's hockey team faced off with conference rivals Syracuse this afternoon. Highlights and reaction are on the way. But first, number 26 is forward Evan Conyon, the first year from Newmarket, Ontario. Picked up his first points as a Tiger last weekend. He'll join our Kim Coffey live next as our coverage of Tiger hockey continues from the Gene Policini Center. RIT and Air Force at 7:05. This is Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network. Here on Pregame Live from the Gene Policini Center, where it is Free Ticket Friday for RIT students. Tomorrow, fans are encouraged to wear costumes. There'll be trick-or-treating in the building and skate with the Tigers to follow. Get your seats at RITtickets.com. Elsewhere on the men's side of Atlantic Hockey America, 2 other conference matchups tonight as Canisius visits Bentley and Holy Cross is at Army. Sacred Heart is underway in Columbus, taking on Ohio State, while Mercyhurst hosts UMass Lowell, and Robert Morris is at Notre Dame in South Bend at the top of the hour. Well, last Saturday was a night of firsts for the Tigers. They picked up their first victory of the season. Matt Thomas earned his first victory as Tiger head coach, and 6 newcomers notched their first points in a Tiger sweater. Among those was first-year forward Evan Conyon, who's with our Kim Coffey. Kim?
Evan, you earned your first career goal last Saturday in the win over Clarkson. What did that mean to you? What did that do for your confidence here early on in the season?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's always good to get your first goal, especially in front of that crowd. It was something special, but we just got to keep building on it. I feel like my line's been playing pretty well, and we've been getting some good chances. So it's nice to see a couple go in, and hopefully continue to build on that.
Yeah, you obviously not the only one to get your first goal of the season last weekend. What does that say about how you guys were able to build that communication on the ice throughout the game?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, Tito's pretty hard on us, and I think we all last game, I mean, we had a slow start, but we were able to build off what he's been trying to teach us in practice and stuff, and you can kind of see in the second and third period we started to take over, and it's been good.
What do you have to do now to build on that momentum a little bit and get a win here at the Gene Policini Center?
Yeah, just keep playing the way we played in the second and third period against Clarkson last Saturday, and I think we'll be all right.
Thanks so much, Evan.
Thank you.
Kevin?
All right, Kimmy, thank you. In the net for RIT tonight will once again be number 1, Jakub Kurbacek. The sophomore has been stellar in 2 games so far this season, including last Saturday's win over Clarkson, where Matt Thomas referred to him as the team's MVP. Kuba is 1-1 with a 1.51 goals against. He has been stellar for the Tigers so far in 2 appearances this year. For Air Force head coach Frank Serratori, he's going to stick with number 35, Carter Clafton, the junior from Grand Rapids, Minnesota, started all 4 of the Falcons games this year, going 1-2-1. Clafton's best performance this season came 2 weeks ago when he had a career-high 58 saves against 5th-ranked Denver. Meanwhile, after knocking off 14th-ranked St. Lawrence on Brick City weekend, the RIT women's hockey program returned to conference play this afternoon against Syracuse. Tigers back at the Policini, facing the Orange, and we have the highlights for the first time this season, these two meeting. We pick it up in the first period, under 2 minutes to go. Syracuse on the power play. The shot, no. The rebound, no. But the puck squirts to Jordan Blowen on the doorstep for the Orange, and the easy goal there. 1-0. Syracuse after one. Penalties an issue for RIT today here in the second. Syracuse a 5-on-3 advantage. Rachel Walsh scores. Syracuse would add another power play goal with just 49 seconds later. They led 4-0 after 40 minutes. RIT, though, they'd get it going in the third as they scored twice, including right here. Ireland Stein recorded her third goal of the season, but that's as close as RIT would get as Syracuse would add an empty netter. They skate to a 5-2 victory here this afternoon. So the loss drops RIT to 4-5 now on the season as we take a look, just 1-2 in the conference, while Syracuse is a perfect 3-0 in the AHA. The Tigers outshot Syracuse 31-24. But the difference in today's game, oh, those penalties, I mentioned them. The Tigers penalized 5 times and the Orange capitalized, going 3 for 5 on the man advantage. Happy to be joined by sophomore forward Kaylee Favreau. Obviously, Kaylee, you have to be disappointed with today's result. Penalties were an issue. What lessons can you take away from today's game heading into tomorrow's rematch with Syracuse?
Yeah, I think overall, like you said, pretty disappointing loss, but we really just have to focus on, playing smart game and playing hard. If we just go to our habits, like forechecking hard, moving our feet, we won't take penalties like that, and just going forward, we have to, these are all important games, so we just got to make sure we're all dialed on the same page.
No question, being a conference game, it is important for you. Good news is there's not a lot of time to dwell on what happened here today. What was the message from Coach Brown and the staff after today's result?
Same sort of thing, just we think we're the better team, and if we just bring the intensity that we did against our win versus SLU and just finding a way to play more consistently every night, just going back to our habits and our details, that's going to be the key.
Syracuse and RIT, and I know you're only a sophomore, but always closely contested over the years, and you witnessed that last year. What makes this such a strong rivalry in Atlantic hockey between these two programs?
I think obviously just them being super close, and they always give us a close and hard competitive game. I think a lot of the times we split weekends, and obviously we're trying to find a way to be able to sweep these, but just going into next game, we're going to bring it. We have to show up ready to play just from the puck drop and playing all 60 minutes.
Hopefully you can continue the pattern we've seen the last few weeks where it's win one, or lose one, win one, lose one, win one, and you hopefully get that win tomorrow. But you're all the way from California, 18 points in your freshman season, and off to a great start this year. You're tied for second in scoring. What's been the key to your successful start, and why has RIT been a good fit for you?
I think one of the keys this year is just getting more confidence. Obviously, freshman year I had a good season, and just being able to build off of that every game. I like RIT. I love the team. I love the culture, and just the way that everyone we're a really close-knit group. And I think just being able to build off of that each game and trusting my teammates, trusting myself is what helps me to play well.
Well, Kaylee, we appreciate your time. Best of luck at Syracuse tomorrow and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, RIT and Syracuse will wrap up their 2-game home-and-home series tomorrow afternoon, just east down the Thruway in the Salt City. Face-off set for 3 o'clock, and you can see that live here on Flow Hockey. We'll still to come on Pre-Game Live. If you're just joining us, we'll look back at the Tigers' big Brick City victory. Plus, Associate Head Coach David Salako will join us to break down tonight's matchup with the Falcons. That and more as we continue our coverage here on the home for Tiger Hockey. You're watching Pre-Game Live on the RIT Sports Network.
With an opportunity to get it out. No. Good play by Catalano. Catalano going in. Catalano, the wraparound attack. Yes! Man, what a play by Christian Catalano. Simon Isabel, and this line gets it done. It's 2-1. As the Tigers score! Yes! Crosley scored. 3-2 RIT. Roger now with it. Roger feeding it down low. Tic-tac. Yes! You betcha! Yes! Welcome to RIT, Caleb Efring. Loving it out of the air. Scott fires. Yes! Scores!
tremendous scene as it is always for Brick City at the Blue Cross Arena. Tigers have now won 6 of their last 7 homecoming contests as we welcome in John and Gene. And guys, after watching the Tigers score just 1 goal through the first 7 periods of the season, I don't know if anyone expected to see what we saw the final 40 last Saturday night. Now the question is, can it continue here tonight?
Yeah, that's the question we're going to find out here. 60 minutes, John. Welcome as we welcome in Dave Insulaco. And Dave, that was so much fun Saturday. That was Saturday. How was the week of practice heading into this matchup here against Air Force?
We had a really good week of practice. I thought our game really evolved against Clarkson, and we executed on some things that we'd been working on for a while. So, again, that's in the rearview mirror, and we got to focus on Air Force, and we got to have a much better start tonight than we did last Saturday.
Dave, you kind of know what to expect facing Air Force all these years. There's no secrets. They're not going to come out and try to be flashy. They're just going to lace them up and get after it. How important is it for your team to be disciplined and play 5-on-5 hockey against this team?
It'll be extremely important. We, I know them without even looking at the video. I know it in my sleep, and I can spit it out, the scouting report verbatim. But we do need to stay out of the box, but we have to match their work ethic and intensity. We have to do a great job of defending our net front because they will, funnel pucks to the net from every angle possible. And we have to stick to our guns and what makes us a successful hockey team.
And it looks like they have another goaltender. What are you seeing from Clafton, the goaltender, tonight starting for Air Force?
Unfortunately, I really didn't key in on the goaltender. I was primarily focusing on their power play. Chris Hedden is a tremendous talent for them. He's a game changer on their blue line. They have a couple other D-men, but Cunningham and Starring that are really good. But you're going to see typical Air Force. There's no doubt about it. Frank hasn't changed a lot. He's a very successful and accomplished coach. And you know as well as I do that these games will be close, hard fought, and it'll come down to a third period.
Dave, thanks so much for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Dave Insulaco, Associate Head Coach here for our
I love this matchup. It's like driving to the arena over the years, right? There's a step on the gas a little harder because you're so excited to get to the arena for Air Force RIT.
Yeah, we get Air Force back here this season. That's really great as we take a look at our players to watch. And again, really 4 balanced lines. Their leading scorer, it's early in the season, number 14, Will Dawson.
He's been on fire this year. He's got 3 goals to start the season. Last year, he coming off a great freshman year. In fact, 25 block shots also as a freshman. So not only can he put the puck in, he's going to D it up as well. He's a really talented sophomore forward, number 14, who is off to a flying start to this season.
And for RIT, Austin Brimmer is asserting himself already, and now he's going up on a line with Jacques and with Jeffrey. John, your thoughts on number 7?
I thought last week he had an impact on the game, as did that line with Jacques and certainly with Jeffrey. I love his size. I love him on the power play. He can finish. You look at the amount of games that he has played. He's played in 97 games when he was at LIU. He is seasoned. He has a knack to being around the puck and the net, and he's a big body. He's tough to move on that power play. Really excited to watch number 7, not only tonight, but as this season unfolds.
Kevin, excited to call this one. It's always great when Air Force comes in. Puck drop coming up at 7:05.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it as always, guys. Thanks so much. Still to come on Pregame Live. We head to Colorado Springs as we flash back to the last time these 2 programs faced off. That's next. You're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network.
Tigers keep saying, hey, here's another power play for you. They win the face-off, heading down the slot. The wrister never got in, knocked down, hit defenders on the way in, and the Tigers going the other way with the rush, a short-handed opportunity, and they cash in. That's Tyler Mahan, picked up by Air Force. Center ice. The Falcons hold up now. Now Constantino carries it in. He falls down. Tigers going the other way now. They've got a 2-on-2. Now it's a 3-on-1. They pass across and a shot and a save. Blessing came way out to play the puck, and the pass across on the money. So was the shot, and Tanner Andrew just won the overtime and this game for RIT, and the Tigers celebrate.
Yeah, they celebrated last February 1st. RIT completing the two-game sweep of the Falcons at Cadet Ice Arena thanks to the overtime game winner from Tanner Andrew. Air Force leads the overall series, but the Tigers 6-4 in the last 10 meetings. No question these two programs have been the best in the league since 2006 when they joined, combined for 8 regular season titles and 11 tournament titles in 19 years. As introductions are underway down on the ice as we look forward to another great, closely contested contest between these two programs, considering 9 of the last 11 have been decided by 2 goals or less, with 3 going to overtime. Don't forget, we are back with you tomorrow for the final regular season meeting between these two. Coverage kicks off with Pregame Live at 4:30. We'll have live interviews from both head coaches, plus we'll spotlight one of the best to ever play at RIT. That and more on Pregame Live tomorrow, 4:30, exclusively here on Flow Hockey. Well, that'll do it for Pregame Live. John and Gene will have the call for you next, and I'll see you back here for the intermission report. Until then, enjoy the game. RIT Air Force is next here on the RIT Sports Network.